Hey, Plant Pals, Mike the Kindergartner, and today is a quick indoor tour. It's been quite a while since I did an indoor tour because I've been busy playing with my outside plants and haven't really paid too much attention to my inside garden other than to, well, I've been, I take care of it, but I haven't really been showing it off as far as because I haven't really been doing much new. This is the Murasaki Pepper. It's still kicking out the peppers, still with the beautiful purple flowers, and it kept growing. It like some plants, some peppers will reach a certain point, especially if you trim them back, they'll kind of just stop. They might grow a little bit, but they eventually kind of like figure out that what their height should be. But this thing, I cut it back, and then a day later, look at that. That was completely cut down to a twig on the top there, and it's already got leaves back on it. So don't be shy about trimming back your peppers because they really don't mind and they will keep producing. It's kind of the same concept when you overwinter a pepper. You cut all the leaves off, you trim it back, but you don't feed it as much. Well, if you trim it, cut it back, and you keep feeding it, you give it light, it'll bounce back. Most of the time. Sometimes it won't. But anyway, this thing was way above the light, and I gave everybody a severe haircut. Pretty much everybody in my indoor grow got a haircut about 4 days ago, and you can see there already. Again, look at that. That's all. Move this leaf out the way. This is just a few days growth. I mean, it's been a few. This is just a few days since I cut it to a stick, and that we already got that much growth. Be right back. As you can see, right now I don't have anything in my tall tower. There's some those are the right Murasaki peppers. I did a taste test and review, and I'm saving those seeds from the right peppers. So I'm just leaving them there for now. This light right here, this 4 light thing, it like fried out, so I got to get a replacement for that. But it was very inexpensive. It was like $12 or something like that. So, and that's a baking sheet that it's tied to. Pretty sure I did a video on that. It's just an inexpensive way of doing the thing. So this is the one thing I have remaining in my deep water. These were all the deep water culture tubs that I had over here. There's one left. I took everything else outside and propagated it and got rid of it. And I decided to leave because he's got little peppers on there and some flowers. I'm going to leave him alone and let him do his thing. It's just I think it's just a rare jalapeno, so it's not even anything that special. And I've got other jalapenos growing outside. And right next to that is the I Do system that is growing the red heirloom cherry tomato. And you can see this is one plant, and it's been producing a lot of delicious cherry tomatoes. I gave it a haircut, and I took one of the things I did that I really enjoyed doing that I will definitely do again next year is I took cuttings, like I would cut this branch off here, put it in water, and then about 3 days it has roots, and then I stick it outside, and then maybe a week later it'll have flowers. It'll start growing tomatoes just that fast because your cuttings are the same age as the mother plant. There you go. There's some more beautiful red heirloom cherry tomatoes. And then next to that, by my little light stand here, here is it was labeled for a friend that it was a pumpkin spice jalapeno, but I believe it's a lemon spice jalapeno, just by the way the peppers have come out. And that's been a problem lately. A lot of plants have been mislabeled, but it's fine. I like lemon spice jalapenos. I was kind of looking forward to trying pumpkin, but I think one plant is actually pumpkin. I think this one is producing pumpkins. The other ones are producing lemons because they're markedly yellower color. And this thing was way up in the sky. About 3 days ago, I gave it a severe haircut, and it's not mad. It's back to see, it's already kicking out new flowers. And that's the thing about peppers; they don't mind the abuse. They're funny that way. I have had peppers that weren't doing anything, and out of anger, I cut them in half, and just left them in there. And then a few days later, they started. I cut them down to like here, like there was just a stick, and then in the middle here, all the new life started growing. It started growing out the sides there, and it started producing, and started growing peppers right away. So, yeah, it's a little tip. If you ever have a plant that's not cooperating, go ahead and give it a severe haircut, and it might start producing for you. Be right back. Here's my other Murasaki pepper plant. There's 3 of them in here, and that's growing in the in bloom system. Of course, I got myself another little dino buddy that's eating gnomes. He's a smaller version of the bigger one. So I don't think that gnome will have a better job. Maybe the squirrels will protect him. But anyway, as you can see, the Murasaki peppers are ripe. And I also, again, gave them a severe haircut because they were growing way out of the system. I'm not crazy about the Murasaki peppers. I had high hopes for them. I thought they would be a tastier, sweet pepper, but they're kind of bland. But your taste may be different than mine. I like hot, spicy peppers, and so if it's a bland pepper, it's super bland to me. So it might be crunchy and delicious to you. So give it a try. It's a beautiful plant. I mean, look at these gorgeous flowers. You can't tell me that in the middle of wintertime, seeing that wouldn't make you happy. Beautiful. All right. Next to that is my lemon balm. Again, I severely cut the mess out of this thing, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. I love it. Down below here is my herbs. Again, a jungle. I have to. I keep harvesting all the time and dehydrating and using for cooking. I have to give these guys another severe haircut, like I did before, because the ones that stuff underneath kind of dies out and makes a mess underneath there. But yeah, look at that. Monster plants, monster herbs. Love it. The gift that keeps on giving. Over here's my lipstick pepper plant. And if you look back here, there are more ripe lipstick peppers. I get about 3 or 4 a week off this thing, which is awesome. You know, still flowering and kicking me out peppers. And then again, I severely cut all these back, but then if you look, there's new life on all the points that I cut back. Those leaves, it'll grow more branches and more peppers for me. It's a gorgeous the lipstick pepper. I love it. It was a gift to me from T-Nog, the Norland's gardener, and I am just thrilled about this pepper. I will always grow this pepper because it's a big pepper for growing in such a tiny. This is a 10-inch space, 11-inch, 10-inch, whatever, and it's an AeroGarden harvest, and I'm getting 4 delicious peppers a week, which is just awesome. And it just keeps on growing. And this plant was started February 5th. So yeah, I have thoroughly enjoyed this plant. Okay, next to that, I'll show that. This is the Airline Sprout I was using for the seed starting. I don't need it for seed starter anymore, and I really haven't decided what I want to grow in it. If anything, at this point, I will probably in the fall do a hard reset of all my indoor gardens to make sure I don't have any pests inside that came in from outside like they typically do in the summertime. Here is my, and so it's right now it's being washed. So I used I started a pea plant and moved it over to my other air garden. So I'm cleaning out the system, and I'll either put it away or start something while I wait. So here is my Fresno chili pepper plant. It's growing beautiful Fresno peppers. It's always flowering, and this is the same. These seeds are from the plant that I had kept alive for 4 years, that constantly gave me tons and tons of Fresnos until eventually, see, like there's another baby there. So if you see, look at all these babies, all those green. Well, right there, there's one right there, right there, right there. This thing gives me about 8 ripe Fresnos a week, which is awesome. Yep, there's one right here. I harvested a few of them earlier, And I thought I saw in the back. Well, I'll show it from the other side when I get over there. Oh, let me see. Yep, there's a ton. This whole branch here is loaded. Get out of the way. Loaded. See, this part right here is where it's hitting the light. It got like light burn, but it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, awesome. So I'll harvest those. And the thing about it is, if you keep harvesting the peppers when they turn red, it'll tell it to keep flowering. It'll keep giving you peppers. Ah, there's another little baby right there. All right, there's baby pepper. Awesome. Next to that, this is my fish pepper plant. Fish pepper is cool. It's got an awesome story. It's a beautiful plant, but it produces kind of small little peppers. They're gorgeous. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. But they just taste okay to me. They're good, and I understand, like you use them with cream, or whatever, cream sauce with some fish or whatever, it would be tasty. I've been using them, but I'd rather have the space to grow a more prolific plant like the lipstick. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, and then of course, like I said, next to that is the Murasaki. And I took all the other plants out of this one, so this is just one plant, because you can see when you grow inside and your plant reaches a certain age, it's gonna get big. It's gonna need room. So yeah, this one plant is going all the way over to here, and this thing was up to the ceiling, and so I gave it a severe haircut, and it's already back up under the lights. So here we're back at my experimental shelf. I was growing the orange hat cherry tomatoes inside in this unit, and harvested a ton of orange hat tomatoes. The plant was starting to die off. It is a determinate variety, and I have a bunch outside, so I just clean the system out. Down below here is the mighty mini cherry tomatoes. I'm kind of tired of this plant as well. It keeps on giving me tons and tons of little cherry tomatoes. See all the yellow there? There'll be more of these. But again, I'm not a huge fan of the flavor. So I might as well clean this system out and either start something that'll real quick before I do the reset. See, these little teeny tomatoes there. They're okay. They're just not a delicious tomato. But I always want to grow something I'm going to enjoy. So this was just an experiment. So I'll probably clean this out, and I'll just either start maybe like a ton of lettuces or something, and then that'll be easily cleaned out for my reset. So I don't want to grow anything that's going to grow, because I'm going to do my reset in probably 2 months, because that'll be the end of my outdoor season, and the snow will start falling, and I will want to get back into growing inside. So I'm going to get back November to growing inside, through the winter. So I will do a hard reset. So I'll probably grow something that's quick, like lettuce or something that I can harvest in 2 months easy, and do the reset. So there's the lemon balm plant that I've kept going. That was from a cutting. It's just happily doing its thing. It's just in this bottle here. So if you go back to my old videos, so this is probably like 4 or 5 months old. So it's just kind of doing its thing. Here is a cutting. I took one of my tomatoes. I don't know if this is the orange hat or if this is the red heirloom, but I just stuck it in the bottle here, and it's growing good. Oh no, I believe this is from my. Okay, so this was from my the video I did where I was gifted to review the Rockwell. So there's the results. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so the Rockwell cube from Jalapeno that and the cups. Well, there you go. It's growing this wonderful tomato plant a month or so later. Down here again, this was supposed to, I was going to grow, and I probably still will try to grow that. This was going to be for the kohlrabi. There's nothing on there. It's just the tomatoes have grown over it. The mighty minis have taken over it. All these, and I harvest probably 15, 20 of these things a day. and they just this one just does not want to quit. So that's why I haven't gotten rid of it. Because why? When it's giving me the little tomatoes that are okay in the salad, they're just not the super delicious thing that I'm just awesome and excited to grow. So I'll probably in a week or so once it starts gives me these, and if it maybe quits, I haven't even given it water. Um, I will do a reset, and like I said, I'll grow some kohlrabi or something that I can, or turnips or something I can grow in 2 months. Sugar beets. Then I'll grow some outside as well. Then I'll just do a comparison. So this system here, this was growing mint and a bunch of stuff I put outside. So this system has been cleaned and reset and ready to go. Down here in the bottom of my experimental shelf is my strawberry plants. That was the runner. It's its own individual plant now. It's looking great. This is its own individual plant that came from the runner, and it's kicking out runners like crazy. And then you look at this droopy thing. This was the mother, and you might ask, well, and it's still alive, and it's still got the huge runners. You might ask me, well, what happened to it? The thing about the strawberry is, and everything's a lesson. That's why I have this. This is my experimental shelf. Everything is a lesson. Most plants, when you grow them in a container, this is the cracky method. The roots will reach down into the fluid and keep drinking, and then you can either refill it up to here so that it has the air roots, or the life of the plant is over. And usually, some plants, that's all you need. You can just fill it up once and harvest all the things off of it and start something else. Well, the strawberry plant liked to be shallow with its roots, and so with this container here, it drank about a quarter of the liquid, and the roots were just hanging in the air, and it was almost dead. It was drying. It dried. I looked over. I was like, what's going on with this thing? It did not grow the roots down to the bottom. It only grew the roots about a quarter of the way and stopped. So all of these, I have to keep an eye on them, make sure that So there was, this thing was 3/4 full of water, and the plant was dying of thirst. So yeah, so now I'll know that I'll probably won't use the deep cracky method for peppers. Will drink all the peppers will grow roots to the very bottom. So will tomatoes, and so will some other things. So I will use something shallow, and probably with an air stone, because I think it might like that better. So that's the fun of it. I'm always doing something for my own amusement. I do concentrate on growing food that I'm going to eat, but I do like to, that's why I have an experimental shelf, just to play around. So yeah, be right back. So right here is my AeroGarden Bounty I got as a Christmas present, and it's growing 3 monkey-faced peppers in here. So far the seeds have not germinated, not come up, but that could just be because sometimes they can take up to 21 days to germinate. We'll see. In the meantime, I have this pea plant right here. This is a purple hull pea. I just want to see what will happen. Again, just for my own fun. I was going to put it outside, but I decided, nothing's happening here, so I might as well grow this inside here. And if this thing gets out of hand, I can move these peppers to their own unit, and this will be my pea garden. And I might maybe try propagating little limbs. I've never heard of anybody propagating a pea plant before. I know that I've had success propagating other plants, so I might try to take a cutting and see if I can get roots to go and start a whole other pea, and this will be my pea garden. Alright, so that's just a look at what's going on inside. And of course, in the wintertime, like I said, after the reset, I will do a ton more and have more units, a lot more units set up to go. I'll be doing time lapses. I'll probably have like 15 more systems like this down here. This AeroGarden here is not even open, so this is the same unit as this. I haven't even opened it. I've got probably like 8 or 9 units to unbox, test, set up. So yeah, and I'll do that all in the wintertime. It'll be fun. All right, any comments, questions in the comment section? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Have an awesome day.